Hey you guys, okay, I'm back. Now, I just watched a video. I shared it on my video before this one. I hadn't finished watching it, but I was gonna share it anyway. Well, I listened to the end, and she's talking about a cardinal. It's amazing how God did it too. The cardinal swooped to the side of her car, swooped right in front of her, and swooped right up in front on a wire, and then turned its head sideways so she could see it was a cardinal. Then it looked straight at her. So that reminded me of my cardinal on the 17th of July, 7/17. Right here, I had to squeeze it on over here. Okay. 17. I was walking Benny at the park, and I was watching God's Voice today. What I was doing, what I was searching to try to find the other videos, because around that time I had heard about Joshua, even though I knew I'd seen him already on God's Voice today. But I was trying to, but I didn't really pay much attention back then because, you know, anyway, I knew that there were others that were saying September. So I was trying to see if they were before Joshua, after Joshua, and whatnot, whatever. So I couldn't really super focus because he doesn't wear a leash. I only put a leash on him when, like, he's in danger, like maybe crossing the street and there's some cars coming. Well, it's hard to explain. That park has not a street, but it has where cars can drive by, which isn't very often. Okay, so I'm walking down the sidewalk and I'm paying attention, to Benny and my phone. I'm looking. I'm not really watching the videos. I'm just trying to poke on everyone that doesn't have a title of September and the ones that do have a title of September. So as I'm walking down the sidewalk, okay, so I'm walking forward. Of course, I don't walk backward. Who does? But so on my right, on my right, there is the parking, some more parking lot, and there's some trees. Okay, it's not part of the park, it's trees. So on my right, from the right side, a cardinal flew out of those trees. He was low. He might have been on the grass. He flew, let me see. He flew behind, no, wait a minute. He flew in front of me, real low in front of me. And then there's a little group of trees that are in the park on the other side of the walk that I'm walking on. So, how did it go? Okay, as I say it, I'll remember. So, he flew from my right side straight across me, low in my path. And I was just looking at videos trying to figure out this September thing. He flew across me, low, flying low, landed on a branch on a tree, because there's pine trees, they have low branches. He was low, okay? I'm continuing to walk and I keep my eye on him and he's following me, okay? On my left. He's following me. And then there comes a bend meaning he's jumping from limb to limb. Maybe he was on the grass, okay? Because I wrote it down. I didn't write down every detail because I just, okay, so then he's following me. And then there comes a bend where I have to turn. And so he followed me for quite a little while. And then he flew back to my right into those trees, but he flew behind me or vice versa. So, in other words, in my mind, I'm like, God, that cardinal just circled me. He came in from one side. Well, he had to have come in from the back because he came in from the back, Or maybe he crossed my path twice. I don't remember, but I think he circled me. But he came in from my right. He flew in the back because I think I saw him coming. And so he just flew behind me, low, and to the ground. And then he got on that tree and he kept hopping, followed me. Maybe I was walking forward slowish, and then I think I started picking up speed, and he then flew again that way. And it was a circle. As I was now, see, I didn't ask for a sign or anything. Is September 23rd, 24th the one? Because I wasn't convinced yet in my mind. But looking back at this lady's confirmation, God knew I would look back. See, God is past, present, future. This is why. So he knew that lady's, okay, this is an example. Like, say, God is past, present, future. Suppose somebody asks you to pray for them, and you're like, okay, I will. You get home, you forget to pray, and it's for a specific time they need prayer. Well, because I've done this before with God in my prayers. And so time has passed. Maybe they've gotten their answer, maybe they haven't, maybe you don't even know yet. So maybe a day or two goes by, and I go, Lord, you're past, present, future. You knew I was going to forget. Or maybe he didn't know I would forget. Maybe, so, but he knows that when I would remember, I would want to pray. And it's after the fact, right? And I'll say this to God. I'll say, and God, take my prayer and put it in the past. It sounds weird, but that's what I do, because I heard a long time ago that God is past, present, future. He's outside of time. But then Alan Nolan, basically had a sermon on, mentioned that same thing when he was doing the Lord's Prayer all those months ago. And I was reminded about that. And I also knew I kind of prayed that way sometimes when I would forget to pray. And I mean, it could be years ago prayers, not for a particular, and not necessarily one I forgot, but maybe one I should have prayed. And I'll just say, God, I'm praying now, and put the prayer back in time for the present. I mean, it sounds weird, but I don't care. It's not weird, okay? You're weird. Anyway, I just wanted to say about that. Cardinal circled me, and I was watching and looking for other videos about September because I knew there were a few, and they were all right around the same time frame. And I just wanted to know if Joshua was the very first one with the month, and I guess he did have the date on God's Voice today. I didn't think, I've mentioned him before, and I didn't think he had said a date, but I know he mentioned about the soccer thing in 2026 won't happen, but I don't remember him naming the date. But I re-listened, not, a while back, maybe in July, and he did say September 23, 24. I also remember another video was on there on God's Voice, who said September, and what's his name again? Vlad made a comment. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of regret putting that video up because I've gotten a lot of flack or something like that. But in other words, this person was saying similar, and but I didn't know who Vlad was referring to. All I knew was that I've probably seen the video that he's referring to, that he's sorry he put that video up. All I know is I'm thinking to myself, I bet I saw that video, but I don't see why I would give anybody flack. But I mean, I don't know. So it seemed to me it was a ways back from the other one. Anyway, okay. I just wanted to tell you about my cardinal because I love cardinals. and I've told you about them. And I also have a little video cardinal that I was praying while I caught on video. Hi. I'm done. Okay, bye you guys. God bless you.